Well, the latest wave of firings at the U.S. Justice Department are purging ethics officials and those who help make sure the agency follows the rules.
That includes the director of the agency's ethics office. CBS News Justice correspondent Scott MacFarlane joins us now live from Washington. Scott, welcome. What can you tell us about Joseph Terrell's firing?
Yeah, there's a purge underway inside the Department of Justice. There's no other way to characterize it. Mass firings, not for cost cutting, not to save taxpayer money, but for certain people the Trump administration just wants out. And they have begun this process, if not completed this process, of getting rid of ethics officials, watchdogs who work inside the agency. The premise here is that if you're an FBI agent or a federal prosecutor in Buffalo, where do you go if somebody asks you to do something inappropriate on the job, if you think policies might be broken? Typically, you go to the ethics office or you go to one of the watchdogs inside the agency. Those are the people being terminated right now by the administration without clear successors. So there's a fear that if there is misconduct inside the top law enforcement agency in America, it will go unchecked.
What kind of a chilling effect could this have, Scott, do you think?
There's certainly concern that there'll be fewer opportunities for anybody to blow the whistle if somebody's asked to do something that's unethical or something that is political, something that is there to serve the president versus serve justice. Where do you go now? There's been a defanging of lots of watchdog agencies throughout the government in this first half of the first year of the Trump term. Inspectors general, they don't get a lot of attention, but they're there to protect whistleblowers. Whistleblower agencies have been de-staffed. There's a lot of cuts happening in very sensitive areas.
Scott, you spoke to Pam Bondi. Did she give any reasoning what was behind these layoffs?
Now, we asked her a series of questions. One of the questions was, what about these budget cuts and these cuts in programs? Are you worried it's going to be harder to secure justice when you're cutting things? And she said they're equipped to do less with more. I'm sorry, they're equipped to do more with less. Even if they have fewer staffers, they're still going to endeavor to do big new initiatives. But the bigger issue for Pam Bondi is how long will she keep her job? There are calls for her to depart because of this Jeffrey Epstein controversy, which won't die. And there's no indication that controversy is going away anytime soon.
So with these ethics officers being cut, is there essentially no oversight right now?
There's a lot fewer people in there overseeing things, and that does raise questions. And I'll tell you, it raises concerns among a lot of my Department of Justice contacts. If we don't have somewhere to go, if there's a problem on the job, does that mean the problems will persist? And lots of offices have issues. Lots of offices have questions. This is a law enforcement agency, the most powerful one in the country, if not in the world, and you want to have some checks and balances, and there are fears those checks are gone and those balances are off balance.
Scott, because you mentioned it before, let's move to something else. A lot of people are talking about the Epstein case. There's that question, will those so-called files be released? What's the latest there? What are you hearing?
No, they're trying to put this fire out. They're using the wrong type of thing. They're using gasoline instead of water. It's really flaming up again today. The Attorney General has said that she wasn't going to answer questions today about these Epstein files, but she's under pressure to release more of what the federal government found about Epstein's death, which the Department of Justice says was by suicide, or what other names surfaced in the investigation of Epstein's exploitation of children. The FBI has argued there's no big list with powerful names, nothing to release, but that is not quieting the calls and not putting out that fire.
All right, CBS News Justice correspondent Scott MacFarlane joining us once again from Washington. Thank you for the time.
Thanks.